Hey everybody, Adam Savage at Propstore with Brandon Ellinger.
Hey Adam, good to see you.
So good to see you. We have 3 props here from my favorite 1-2 punch in film sequel history, Alien and Aliens.
Yeah, some pretty terrific pieces here. I assume you recognize this costume piece?
Is this Dallas's?
Sure is.
Is this
Yes,
Tom
yes.
Skerritt's hero coat?
Yes, yeah, this is possibly the one and only. All the nice 8x10 stills that we looked at in the film itself, everything screen matches exactly. So you have all this kind of unique folding and rippling here on the collar. This is it. I mean, this is the jacket, and it's just a wonderful piece.
It is incredible. I am such a fan of Alien. Obviously, it's in my DNA. One of the best parts about it is how lived in and complete the world building is. Every little detail here, from the pink piping on the crew shirts that matches the pink piping on the collar of Tom Skerritt's jacket. It's all of a piece and sells this complete world.
And costume design by, of course,
John Mallow.
the great John Mallow.
Yeah, one of the absolute legends. The spacesuits that he built from Mobius's designs are my favorite spacesuits in cinema. But even down to the Nostromo crew uniforms, these were completely bespoke items made for production out of linen with custom buttons and these.
Right, love all the insignia he came up with, which is a big John Mallow thing. You know, his notebooks were auctioned a number of years ago, and I'd been fortunate enough to see those at his house. We got to sit there and go through page after page of Star Wars drawings, Alien drawings, and he loved this type of thing. So when he was working out whether it was a symbol for the Imperials or the Rebels or an alien, all these types of things, you know, he would just sit there doodling away, just page after page of symbols, and sort of a methodology to it as well as to how he was going to come up with these things, you know, starting with these sort of very basic shapes and then overlaying them on each other to come up with different geometric patterns. And, you know, that to me is what sort of all these things are.
Yeah.
And then of course, because the franchise went on and the film series went on, these all played in, you know, versions of them in subsequent iterations as well, right?
And these are the kind of details that the audience never really takes in, but they do. They add to the world building. Really specifically, I love that John Mallow was drawing these designs in his notebooks because on his art department team, he had Ron Cobb, whose semiotic standard is all over the interior sets of Alien.
Right. Yeah.
So they're like perfect partners in this world building.
Yeah. And like I say, this may be the one and only jacket. The shoulder patch, the Nostromo patch on that side is original. The one on the other side's been replaced. The wings patch is original, and I think it's likely that the wings patch on the shirt is replaced as well. You can see all the glue from where there was a patch there before in a slightly different place. And this is just a little bit cleaner than the movie versions that you see.
Is. And the jacket itself is an actually off-the-shelf military jacket that's been heavily modified.
Yep, and they went in and added all of this detailing, which is kind of reminiscent of the spacesuits that you mentioned, right? A lot of kind of nautical strings and ropes and things like that.
Well, these are actually the tightening laces from a G suit that high altitude pilots will use. You can also see this kind of detailing on Ripley's jumpsuit in Alien.
Yes. Okay. Good point.
So they were actually reusing these pieces all over to kind of give that workaday look. Seeing the original gold metal thread I love that. Wing patch is so exciting.
Right, just that piece alone would be a great piece. In a frame.
That piece would be that would be an amazing piece.
I think John Hurt, Kane, wears a very similar jacket in the movie. Maybe it's the same exact base jacket, or maybe it's slightly different. I think his perhaps has the detailing on the sleeves, but not on the front chest here. But they're very similar jackets. Both of them are marked on the back. We'll get a little close up. You guys can cut into it. The Nostromo that's been screen printed on the back there.
And it's got this lovely moire pattern that again is like these kinds of details that are clearly were carefully thought about by the art department and the artisans putting these together, but just ends up making it more of an immersive experience.
Yeah.
Dude, I never thought I'd see one of these in person. I have a marvelous replica of this.
Of Skerritt's
jacket? Yes.
Oh, wow.
And when I first received it, I was like, is this jacket really purple with pink piping? And it totally is. It's magnificent.
It's, you know, the costume design, I think, is just one of many fantastic aspects of that movie. It's a movie that is so rewatchable for me, both Alien and, of course, the slightly faster paced sequel.
Yes.
Aliens.
And these 2 pieces fall into this marvelous category of like actual special effects props meant to sort of fool you in the moment, but look really crunchy up close.
Look how crude this is.
This is just duct tape.
Right, black duct tape. It's been, I guess, to give it a texture, or maybe that's blanking something out. I'm not sure exactly why.
Maybe it was just for some reverse shot, but this is Bishop's laptop he drives the dropship down with.
Absolutely right. Yeah, this is the remote pilot laptop, which it looks like they've put this together out of found parts, not surprisingly.
It really does.
The case, we were speculating maybe like a power tool, power drill housing, something
It's
like
like
that.
a blow molded polyethylene case.
I would have thought there was some kind of screen in here. I don't think you ever see the screen in close up, but my guess is they had a real practical screen in there just putting out a light. And then, you can see they've gone in and put custom decals on the keyboard, I believe.
Again, it looks like they are referring to the semiotic standard Ron Cobb developed so deeply for Alien. They're doing this kind of, different symbols than you expect on a keyboard. I'm gonna guess here, I'm looking at what looks like an actual bezel of a CRT monitor that probably for the shot, they removed the back, put the CRT monitor in there for the shot, and then the duct tape was added later to fill the void left by
That's interesting.
the monitor.
Yeah. And it is a practical piece, so here, let's connect the power source.
Oh, it turns on!
And it all comes to life. And I think you see some of this very briefly in close up in the film. I think there's a few shots. There would have been a joystick here, which is missing. We can see a panels come out here at some point, but the actual joystick that he used to pilot it, you can see you've got a counter here.
This is amazing.
Listen to the little clicking that we're hearing.
No, and that's probably
the
some
vintage
actual
electronic
little,
components, right? The mechanical.
And again,
elements.
I'm seeing more of this semiotic standard on these buttons here. There's all sorts of weird little symbols on them, and they don't mean anything recognizable to me.
It says AP in here. I don't know if that could be atmosphere processor. Or if that's, I don't know.
I just hear Lance Henriksen yelling, ETA 45 minutes.
The classic reflective holographic tape, right?
It's so funny to see something like this up close. In the film, you never think twice. It fits into the background. It just blends right in. Up close, it's hilariously crunchy, but still feels like a marvelous bit of kit.
I think there's like some fiber optic cable type thing that he takes and plugs into this hole.
Right.
It's all these little actions they have to come up with that are sort of benign, right? And they're not part of the story, but it's just like, how do I look like I'm doing something with this thing, as opposed to I just open it up and hit a button. Right?
Yeah, somebody had to answer that question in order for the action to be taken.
How do you fly this thing? Yeah.
Have you ever seen this piece before?
I don't think so. No, this is coming from a collector. I'm not sure exactly where he got it. I'm pretty sure we've never handled this one before. So really neat piece of Aliens hardware. With Aliens, there's so much love for the hardware specifically. So anything to do with Colonial Marines, their tech, their gear, their design. This is a really neat piece.
I love that these details here are actually tape cassettes.
Oh, is that right?
See that? You could see knock out that little plastic tip, and that would make your tape cassette non-recordable.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
And plus, where you can see through here, they've added more of this reflective holographic wrapping paper just to provide some visual detail inside
and
there.
These are like the things where you would...
yeah, those are speaker connectors for your stereo cables.
Yeah.
Some auto fuses in here too.
Right, yeah. 20 amps.
Dude, it's a great prop, and I can't believe so much of the lighting still functions.
Yeah, and just how much effort went into getting all these little things to do something,
Oh yeah, no, there was one guy, I guarantee you, there was one guy who was just like sweating bullets for several days getting this all hooked up.
Yeah. So we can move on from that one. So,
all right.
So out of the hand prop into the visual effects world,
Dude.
models.
This is incredible.
The atmosphere processing station.
This is, one of my favorite props in a film is that shot of the model miniature of the atmosphere processing station. It lends so much scale to Hadley's Hope and the operation that's happening on LV-246. It never occurred to me that they would have made one like this flat.
It must have been made for a specific shot, and I can't tell you offhand exactly what that was, but we do have inquiries out to a couple of guys who worked on Aliens, so maybe we'll get some more information, or maybe someone out there will know. But you have to imagine they needed a specific shot, and you can kind of tell the way that this window bands down. It's like a shot where the camera would have been higher.
And they put lights behind this so that you can, so it actually was backlit in the shot.
Yeah, you can see all the old school 1980s wiring back here.
Yeah, I can.
So if we plug that in, then I believe you just have to wait a moment while the while the power starts flowing. I'm not sure what technically is happening. If you give it a minute here, I think it will come to life.
Oh, that looks so cool and so marvelously primitive.
Yeah, here you see it with all the basic older halogen bulbs, just getting us some lighting in work that's coming through the windows.
Yep.
And you can see the windows are actually cut away in the photo surface.
And photographs of what looks like the part of the miniature. I feel like this is the director of photography going to someone and saying, I need to solve this problem in a matter of hours.
Right.
What can we do?
Yeah. And photo blow-ups, you know, some of this has been touched in by hand, so it looks like they didn't have the interior of this, so they went and basically drew it in. We got to find the shot it's in the movie. I have to think it's in either a shot or a deleted scene. I would have thought that if they went to this much trouble and put it together, it's in there somewhere.
I'm really curious. It is so beautiful, and this exemplifies one of my favorite things about how crunchy the filming process can get, where you can make great compromises because something's way in the background.
Right. Yeah. And look at this little. So this is the Christie's auction tag.
Oh, lot 765.
25th of June, 1996. So that would have been the first time it went up for auction 30 years ago.
That is a pretty good provenance right there.
Yes, yeah. Almost surely Christie's South Kensington in London, where a lot of this material, turned up the first time. Of course, the effects for Aliens were all done in London, although the crew, I think, was a split crew with Americans and Brits. The Skotaks were there, and people like Pat McClung.
Skotak brothers.
A lot of the well-known British visual effects artists like Steve Begg, people like that involved with Aliens as well. So great work, holds up today.
It really does. And the amount of lighting that is still extant, it is a thrilling piece of film history.
And a really nice scale too, where you could find a place to put this, I feel, in your office, as opposed to if you had the big one here, as wonderful as it would be, what would you do with it?
You could put it as a centerpiece, but you got to have a big house. I guess you would automatically have a big house. But I would walk in and be like, the atmosphere processor! I would be like screaming that as soon as I saw this. In fact, it's what I did when I walked in here this morning.
That's the reaction we're looking for.
Good, dude. These pieces are in the auction, which is upcoming.
Yes, August 26th to 29th. Starts on a Wednesday at the Peterson Automotive Museum. Catalog is online now. Registration is open now. Propstoreauction.com. Take a look.
Thank you for watching the whole video. If you enjoyed it, you might also enjoy this one.